Hey everybody, KC0VI Tom. We're going to do something a little different this week. A couple weeks ago, the oldest daughter was on the phone with me. We were making plans that when she came here to Iowa for some of the stuff we have to get done, and she wanted to go see some of her friends and some family members and some other stuff we had to get done around here, get stuff settled up. And her husband can't come along. He's in the process of retiring out of the Air National Guard, the Maine Air Guard, and he was full-time Air Force and transferred into the Guard. And he wants to save up some of his leave that he has so he gets out earlier. I don't blame him. He's been in there for quite a long time and deserves to retire. He was telling her what he wants to do is get more into camping and possibly going into full-time camping, full-time RVing. And that kind of threw a flag in the back of my head, and I asked her, what's the longest time you guys camped together? Oh, maybe 4 or 5 days. And they weren't alone. They were with a group of people. And full-time RVing is completely different from just your weekend warrior type. And trust me, I have never done it personally, but I've talked to people who have that when we're at campgrounds, and the first year can be quite trying. It's a major change in your lifestyle. Your normal contact with people is different. Friendship relations are different. Thanks to the internet and social media, it's not as bad as it once was, but it's a major change. And I said, well, when you get here, let's talk about it and see if we can't find a nice little camper for you to practice being a full-timer. She is a school teacher, so she has June, July, and part of August off, and he'll be retired. So that way they can go off for extended stays and just see, is that what they really want to do, and how small can they really go? Because what they want to do is get a real small off-road trailer and go off into the hills and do exploring and hiking, stuff like that, have a good time. But that's a major change, and let's just make sure they're getting off in the right deal. So while she is here, we started looking around online and went to a dealership that had a real nice small trailer, and of course it was out. Talking to the salesperson, he was saying they can't, they're having a hard time keeping stuff in stock on certain models, certain price range. This was an entry-level trailer, and they had some used stuff come in. We looked at one of them and really liked it. That's what we picked up here. And the next comment was that the stuff coming in on the used market doesn't stay long in the lot if it's in any good shape. If it needs a little work or repair, it's there a little longer, but it will get sold. So we talked earlier about how the change in market has already taken. Normally we don't see this, so we get into August, production starts to slow down, shuts down in plants. The used market kind of gets growing kind of wild in the middle of the summertime. People changing family size are going up or down. What they want to do is change. It's just happening early this year due to the fact that the number of people that are in the camping world and the number of number of rigs that are out there. And so enough babbling, let's take a walk around this nice little unit. This is a Starcraft Autumn Ridge. It's a 182R. We'll start up here in the corner. This is a 2021. There is some slight hail damage. You have to get real up close to see it. 20-pound LP cylinder, hand crank jack, 1 battery. And the son-in-law already has made a comment where he had him on a FaceTime that, well, he's going to put a second battery in and get a 30-pound cylinder, which he has in his garage. So, it's nice to see that they're already planning. Up front here, this is a nice outside access to storage. It goes to about the center of the bed. We'll get inside and take a look at that. The other side of the bed is the water tank. We've got one little window here, nice electric awning. It has speakers in the arms. It already has the LED light up above. Nice little door. No window in the door, which kind of surprised me. Just window above the dinette here looking out. Coming around the back here, spare tire, nice back area. It's already pre-wired for a rear camera. The only damage that we could find was here on the bumper. They must have backed into something really strong, and it really screwed the welds up on the receiver hitch they had made. They were hauling bicycles, so you can see they definitely didn't have the bicycle rack on, but they hit something strong enough to break the weld. So he's going to get that fixed. The outside layout on this is absolutely perfect in my view. It has all the stuff you need for camping on the business side or the driver's side. We start here in the back. We got shore power. Next to that's a city water connection. Then the hookup for cable TV or satellite dish. Right above it is a hot water tank. That's a 6-gallon heater. Down below we got a black tank dump and the gray tank. Black tank I believe it was 19 gallons, and the gray water was 19 gallons. The freshwater tank was 26 gallons. Then over here, it's a 5,000 BTU furnace, roughly. That's the exhaust port on it, and right above it's the refrigerator. Again, when these things run, they kind of get noisy and get a little stinky, so you're not over here enjoying camping so you don't see it. Above there, we got the vent for the range hood, the window above the sink, the window up front, and our fresh water tank, which I said was 26 gallons. It's a real nice laid out on the outside, how it should be. If you're going to start designing campers, take a look at how this one's laid out on the outside. On the end, we'll get in the inside and we'll talk about what I don't like. And again, the only two things that were wrong with the camper damage wise was the bumper out back and the slight hail damage up front. And that hail damage up front isn't that bad. I told them just park it in the sun and hit it with a cold water hose, and some of those will pop out over time. So we'll head inside here. Okay, as you come in on the left side, up here we got the controls for the awning. To run the awning in and out. 2 light switches, 1 light switch for the LED strip outside, interior lights. And up here we got the water heater control, water pump, battery level, fresh water tank, black water tank, gray tank. Again, we got 26, 19, and 19 on the tank sizes. So you'd have plenty of water if you take it easy. Now again, I'm not a firm believer of having a full-time bed in a camper. This is an RV queen, and on either side there's nice cabinets for hanging clothes. Above it you got a nice little shelf area you can put stuff in. Then down on either side there's a nice shelf you can have your stuff. There's AC outlet on either side. Good sized window on one side and a smaller one on the other. You open that up, you get some real nice cross ventilation, nice lighting. We'll come around the corner here, good sized sink. Cabinets underneath it for storage, and there's also the traps and the pipes for the water for the sink. Above it we got 2 good sized cabinets to store your stuff in. Counter space, it ain't bad. Couple drawers. Down here, this panel, you take this off and there's the water pumps location, and it's already prepped with the winterization kit. So you just run that valve to winterize, take the hose, stick it into your gallon jug of RV antifreeze, and you can have this done in a couple minutes. Over here we got a couple nice sized cabinets to store pots and pans, 3 burner stove, range hood, microwave. For a trailer this size, I am really impressed with the size of the freezer and the refrigerator. It is a good size for, like it says, for this 23-foot camper. Then down below it, that's roughly a 5,000 semi BTU furnace to keep you warm in the winter or in the colder time. We'll swing around here. In the corner here, we got an AM/FM radio, 2 zones for speakers. The outdoor speakers, the indoor speakers are zoned separately. It is Bluetooth capable, so you can stream off your device, or you could put in a flash drive. There's also a feed from the flash drive. So, and it does have an HDMI input, so I suppose you could take HDMI off the TV and feed it in there for surround sound. A couple good sized cabinets overhead, nice nice window over the table. This table does fold down to a bed, small bed. Small kids fit easily on it, or a small teenager in the fetal position. Again, right inside the door is a nice little nook to put shoes, dog leashes, hats, mittens, stuff like that. Real nice. Again, my view on a camper this size, real estate is really key. If you can get something to do double duty or triple duty, you're going to get more bang out of your buck. This dinette, for example, during the day you can eat on it. At night you put it down, make a bed. That's why I really don't like these full-time beds. Even though it's got a small access for storage inside here, you lift the bed up. Storage over there from the outside. Then over here is the water tank. But again, it's a full-time bed. If they put like a Murphy bed or a jackknife couch, I think would have got more use out of it. More people would probably go after something like this. We'll head back to the bathroom. You walk in here, again, you got the plastic throne. They would not meet Matt's RV review on the PPP, prime pooping position. But here we got nice cabinets for storage, towels, stuff like that. Probably some more clothes. Down here we got another small storage nook. Below it's the power distribution, fuses and breakers. This panel here is on the back side of the hot water heater. You take that off, and it does have a winterize kit in it, and you can actually, winterize the camper really fast. This access panel down below just gets you behind the power line where the water and power comes in, so if you ever have to do service work. Nice little sink, storage underneath it. This outlet has a ground fault interrupter, and this feeds all the other outlets, so if you don't have power in the outlets, you want to check this first. Small mirror. Daughter said that's probably the first thing she's going to change out, get a larger mirror. A real nice walk-in shower. It's got a small fan up here. I'd change it out to a larger Vertex fan, or one of those larger fans for it, so you can really pull the air out, get that moisture taken care of. 2 light switches just inside the door, one for the light, one for the power fan. So again, a real nice little rig. It is amazing the quality in this thing. And again, this is not an entry-level rig. This is something that you would buy as your second rig, or if you're really serious, if you're camping with somebody else. So like I was growing up with somebody, I'm already a camper, this is what I would probably bought instead of buying a motorhome. And the last thing, it does have 11,500 BTU air conditioner. It is prepped for the electric element. It does not have that element. If you have one of these air conditioners that is prepped for the element, you can pick those elements up for under $100. Put those in. If you're mooch docking or at an RV park and it's a little chilly in the morning or at night, run that electric element in there to save your propane. It will keep the camper nice and warm. Now, it's not going to keep you warm on a 10 degree or a 0 degree night, but when it's say 40 degrees at night, it's going to keep the chill off the camper, and you're not going to burn your propane. So again, this is a real nice little rig. If you're out there looking for campers and you come across one of these, give it a real good look over. The quality on this thing is very good. I am really impressed with it. Starcraft, you really knocked it out of the market on this one. Last night before we went up there, we started going on the internet, on YouTube, looking at different videos on this thing, and this model is still in production in 2023, 2024s are coming out. Pretty much the same layout, little different options here and there. There's one thing we noticed when we picked it up today: there is not a single USB charge port in the whole rig. The son-in-law is going to have to get except for in the radio, but that's it. He's going to have to figure out how to get some charge ports put in for their phones. Right here would be a good place. We got AC. I'm sure we could find 12 volts real close here, and put a couple of surface mount charge ports there, so when you come in, you set your phone down, your watch, or your other devices, charge them there. Real nice looking rig. Again, if you ever have one of these, or if you currently have one, make some comments down below for me. Also, if you're looking at these, put down what you think you'd like to see one of these. One thing I did not check, if the lights have LEDs. I assume all the lights are LEDs in this. We're going to have to pop the cover off. But on that, 7-3 everybody. Be sure to tell your friends, neighbors, other hams. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notification when new videos come out. Add comments below. 7-3 everybody.